Freedym Show. My name is Ryan Lee, the founder of Freedym.com, the #1 resource for heart-centered lifestyle entrepreneurs. And right now you're listening to the amazing Freedym Show, the daily show featuring 10 minutes of no-fluff advice showing you how to create a true lifestyle business. Because it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom. If you want a special gift, over 15 years of my best business building and income creating strategies and advice condensed to just 3 pages. Head on over to Freedym.com, that's Freedym.com, or text the word Freedym, Freedym, to the number 33444. Okay, this is a big one today. We've got 10 minutes as always, but we've got my man Jeff Cavaliere, and Jeff is a guy I've known for maybe 7-8 years. He used to be the physical therapist and one of the trainers for the New York Mets. And I remember he came to one of my workshops, spent a lot of money, started building his business, and now he runs I'm not going to say numbers, but a very, very, very successful company called Athlean X, which is I guess you'd look at it like a hardcore fitness training program, and he does it with integrity. He's built a really, really valuable brand, and I'm so proud of Jeff. If you want to learn more about Jeff and his products and programs, it is Athlean X, AthleanX.com. Jeff, my man, are you ready?
Ryan, I am more than ready.
So, let's talk about some of the strategies. One thing that you've done differently than 99% of guys selling fitness, it's a really busy market online. They play the affiliate game. They have dozens of products. They do all this different stuff, where you have done it all independently and you focused on one specific brand, Athlean X. Tell us about your concept of hyper-focusing on this one brand.
I think the important thing for me was to create a brand. I'm not interested in creating a single product. I thought that we had a lot to offer in a lot of different areas, so branding seemed natural to me, even from the very first time that I started the company. I knew that if we're going to offer equipment, if we're training equipment, if we're going to offer training programs, if we're going to offer training sports nutrition supplements, that it was all best to be establish a brand and then have those products come out when they were ready. I didn't have all those things ready in the beginning, but I had the concept and the mindset to do that. As far as the affiliates and the lack of affiliates, I think if you're going to go down that road of creating a brand, then the onus is on you to direct that brand the way you want it to be, represent that brand the way you want it to be. And as we know, unfortunately, the affiliates sometimes will play some pretty nasty, slimy games to just get their affiliate links clicked on, and they'll put things like scam and whatever else, all those the tricks and the tactics that people have used, and that doesn't really necessarily reflect well on my brand. Meanwhile, they're doing it just so that they'll wind up telling you, oh, no, some people think it's a scam, but it is the best program ever. So of course they're going to want to sell. But, I felt that I didn't need to go down that road. If I created a good brand that put out high-quality products and had, sort of the no-jerk approach to marketing the things that we sell, that we wouldn't need anybody's help to try to get our name out there, and we could just do it the right way, albeit slowly, but it would turn out the right way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, kind of shifting gears a little bit. Obviously, to me, when I look at your business and I take a step back, the first thing I think of is a brand. It's not just a bunch of products. It's an actual business, and it's a brand that you've built dozens and dozens of products on, Athlean X, and you have your AX1, AX2. All these systems kind of integrate, but you also just said something really cool, which is, don't be a jerk. And your videos, your marketing, your systems are really about trust and just being a good guy. Tell me about your thought process in terms of your marketing strategies, as opposed to the, 3 foods you should never eat and all the kind of stuff that everyone else does.
The one simple trick to a flat belly, right?
Right.
I mean, it's just bullshit, really, to me. I mean, I always felt that I'm going to do a video as if I'm talking to you. Ryan, again, we've been friends for a while. If you ask me for advice, in any type of how to build this, or I'm having a shoulder problem with this, I would talk to you the same exact way that I talk to my viewers on my videos. And just by being real, first of all, the nicest thing about it is guess what? You can be you, and you don't have to put on this act. So creating content becomes a lot easier. So especially when you start to do as much content as we create, which is 4 times a week, if I had to become somebody else and put on this act or this face to do these videos, I would get tired of that really quickly. So I can actually literally just turn on the camera and talk like you do here with your Freedym show and all the stuff that you do. You're pretty good at doing one take, just letting it roll. I do the same thing. I go one take. If I have a couple ums and ahs in what I say or whatever it is, it's because that's what happens in a normal conversation anyway. So I want guys to feel like it is just me, it's Jeff, and I'm giving you the best advice I possibly can. That winds up, I think, coming across, unfortunately these days, as very unique. Because most people don't do that. Most people have the simple tricks and the things that they, all those kind of scammy tactics, and it makes the genuine person actually stand out. Mm-hmm. So it gives you an advantage just to be you. And I've always wanted to commit to that. Plus, I've heard you say many times, you have family members that read your emails, and you have, I have so many professional strength coaches and athletes that actually read our materials, and some that I've actually shared with you privately that I couldn't even believe when I found out who was actually reading our emails. And if I at any point in time was saying things that I was a little bit embarrassed by, I would be completely embarrassed if I knew that these people were watching. Some of these were childhood idols growing up or watching and reading my stuff. I would be so embarrassed if I thought that I was saying things that were just scammy or just to try to get some attention. So I try to keep the content as high quality and professional as I can and real, and I think that that's long term the best way to go about it.
Yeah, no, and I'm in 100%, 1,000% agreement with you there. And you just mentioned that you have this same language of speaking in person as you do on video and YouTube, which is true. I mean, I know you in person and I see you on video, and it's the exact same guy. Mm-hmm. With YouTube, tell me about the importance of YouTube on your business and focusing on that one thing and kind of doing it 4 days a week. How has that grown your business?
Tremendously. I think with the particular, it's not. And here's the thing: like YouTube, it wouldn't necessarily be the right thing for every market or every person if you don't have the personality. I wouldn't say that it's a deal breaker right out the bat, because I certainly am not the most outgoing person. I'm a little bit more on the reserve side, but I learned to get a little bit better and more comfortable speaking in public, so I got better. You go back and look at my original YouTube videos. I mean, they suck compared to now. They just were no personality at all. And I think that they've gotten more entertaining as I've gotten more comfortable. Secondly, with what my field is, fitness and physical therapy and all the things I'm trying to share and educate, they're most appropriately done via video, because people have to see it to understand how to perform a move, and so it's not the best field to just be a blog writer for, Mm-hmm. So it sort of it pushed me in that direction, but focusing and staying focused in that direction once I was there has become one of the most beneficial things for me to do, because we see it all the time. There's so many things you could be doing. There's so many avenues you can go down when it comes to marketing online. Mm-hmm. And the more you get scattered with your thoughts, and we joke every now and then because we know some people that are very scattered this way,
right?
In common, nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever gets done. And I have conceded that I'm not going to be, Mr. Blog Writer. I've conceded that I'm not going to be the best banner ad company. I've conceded those things. Instead, I've focused on my energy on the things that I think I've gotten good at, which is doing our videos and giving people high quality content. So by focusing my efforts on there, at least I can focus all of my attention on something that I know I'm good at, as opposed to focusing only 20% on that, another 20% on something I'm never going to be very good at, another 20% on something that I might be okay at but never very impactful on. And now I've I've basically just watered down my one and only strength. So I think it's really important to figure out what your main strength is and focus almost all of your effort on that.
Yeah, and as I've said many, many times before, it's doing this is simple, not necessarily easy. It's not easy to do 4 videos a week. It's not easy to focus on one thing, but the formula is pretty simple. Yeah,
simple. That's so true. Because it isn't all that complex. And you and I differ a little bit on how technically involved we got. I was sort of a micromanager. I got so involved in every single aspect of it. So I probably complicated things a little bit more in terms of the process. but you don't have to do that. And when you figure out what it is, what your process is going to be, it does become pretty simple. But it's certainly going to require your work and your dedicated effort. And I think when people decide to dedicate their efforts to that, as opposed to splitting all their time between, I'm going to do online just a little bit here and there. It's never going to work out as well for those people as it does the people that can actually dedicate their full attention to it.
Yeah, this was amazing. Our time is up, and I know we could spend hours. In fact, for everyone who's a member of Freedym Academy, we did a full exclusive case study with Jeff where we looked at his site, his back end, his marketing, his YouTube videos. So if you're interested, go to freedymacademy.com. But we are wrapping this one up with Jeff Cavaliere. Again, if you want to learn more about Jeff and his programs, I highly suggest it. If you're a guy looking to get in shape, or even if you want to see how he does it, invest in some of his programs. You will be amazed. It's athleanx.com. And this is Ryan Lee. We are signing off with another episode of The Freedym Show. I hope you enjoyed this, but have no fear, my friend. We will be back tomorrow. Jeff, you've known me for a decade. Do we ever stop?
I don't think Ryan ever stops. I don't think he sleeps, really.
We never, ever stop. I will see you in 24 hours. Thank you so much for the great reviews and all the feedback. If you enjoyed this, you can always subscribe for free on iTunes. Have an amazing day. See you in 24 hours. Take care, and bye-bye.